Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. This is Anykind Media. We are your hosts. My name is Ocean Subiano.
I'm Taylor Vera.
And today we're going to give our take on the newly released Avatar 2 trailer, The Way of the Water. This trailer came out last week.
It was, I don't know, it was a while ago, like a couple weeks ago.
Was,
maybe more.
It came out, it was in theater. The first time everybody saw it was the Doctor Strange 2 trailers, right?
I think so, yeah.
I think that was the first movie it was in the theaters for trailers. And
because it wasn't... I've seen it in another movie, but the first time I saw it, it wasn't actual footage from the second movie. They were just replaying old footage from the first one, but they were announcing the second one.
So the first Avatar came out when?
2012.
2012. Ladies and gentlemen, if you heard that, that means we have our first in-studio producer
doing his job.
Finally doing his job. Yeah, we're hoping to have somebody in the studio to help us out with information and stuff, and this is the first time. So, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. Don't screw it up, because there's plenty of other people that want to be in your seat. Yeah, so you said 2012, right? The first Avatar came out. It's currently 2022. Avatar 2 is set to release in December of this year. So 10 years. A decade between two movies. That's a long time.
That is
a long time. What is your initial reaction to the trailer?
I feel like it doesn't show a whole lot. I don't really understand what's the main focus of this movie.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for it because I did enjoy the first one quite a bit.
Yeah, the first movie was amazing. I really enjoyed the first movie, and I think watching this trailer, I think it's going to be, or at least what I envision is them just trying to find a new home, right? Because at the end of the first Avatar, their home tree gets destroyed, and they go to the Tree of Souls, but it's not really a place you're supposed to stay and live at. So I think that it's going to be kind of centered around them finding a new home. The real question is, who's the big bad? Who's the antagonist, right?
Yeah, I don't know. So when I looked up this movie, it does kind of say what you're saying, that it's basically around them just creating a family together.
Right.
And then it kind of just briefly says an old enemy resurfaces, basically just another war against the humans, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know if there's I'm sure there's a actual main villain.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I'm pretty excited. I think this is a movie that a lot of people have been waiting for, right? Because the first movie blew people out of the water. Visually, storytelling, everything. It set a lot of records. It kind of pushed forward what we thought was possible with movies as far as CGI and stuff.
Yeah.
This is one of the first movies that kind of was CGI and people interacting together, and it made it look good. Because this happened in the past where live action interacts with CGI or with animation, but this is the first time that it looked really good, and that it was.
Yeah, I think even to this day too, if you go back and rewatch the movie, it still looks really good.
Right, it still holds up against today's standard, and I think that's one of the things that's most exciting about this movie is that now, it took a decade for them to bring out another movie, but it also is a decade worth of technology advances and people getting better at their jobs, all that stuff. Who knows what they're going to be able to do now with all the technology and the advancements and whatnot. So
as much as I feel like it did play a big part in this movie was how advanced the CG and stuff was. I feel like the first movie, I don't know how many people were actually excited for the second movie, because I feel like it's almost become a meme of hating the first one.
Really?
And saying that the only reason people went to go watch that was because of the amazing CG and stuff, which I don't agree with, because I think the story is actually really good.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody the other day. I don't know, it might have been my brother or something, but I guess somebody like a mutual friend or something didn't like Avatar, the first one, and I was just like, how? I did not like that movie. Like, it was great.
Yeah.
The action was amazing. The story was amazing. Visually, it was amazing. Like, how did you not like that movie?
Yeah.
And I feel like nobody can really say that because it was the top. It was it was the overall. It broke the record for the overall top box office, right? I'm pretty sure when it first came out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did.
It broke the record because it was. What was it before that? What was the who held the record before that? Huh? Titanic held the record, and then this broke it.
Avatar is still the highest grossing.
Is it? I thought Star Wars
they
Episode 7.
It after
Oh, right.
Endgame came out, and they re-released it in theaters, and it's still the highest gross.
Dang.
What a big move, you know, by the Avatar Studio. Yeah, BD. Because Endgame, I think even Star Wars Episode 7 was up there. I think that was something that was challenging the top.
That was when everybody was like really curious to see what they were doing with Star Wars.
So Episode 7 was number 4, is the fourth top overall, but I think, it was challenging, and I that's kind of a crazy move for them to be like, you know what, let's just re-release it so that we make a little bit more just to push ourselves up over Endgame.
Just to prove a point, you know.
Yeah, and I think that point is that people like it. Like, you can't be telling me people didn't like that movie.
Well, that was what was interesting to me was like when I first heard that from like a couple people telling me, I was like, I've never met anybody until then that had talked badly about the first movie. But
yeah, well, I mean, I think there's a lot of expectations now because they've had 10 years. I think that's one of the downsides of waiting so long is now like it better be good. Like if it's not good, then what the hell did you wait 10 years for? Just should have given it to us a long time ago. So I'm excited.
It's weird too because it's been that long since the first one came out, but there's already, including this one, I think there's at least 1 or 2 more sequels after this.
I know that they had said that they were gonna do,
but it's gonna come out
trilogy,
like faster than
Yeah.
before too. So I don't know, it's a little weird.
I don't know, maybe there was something that they wanted to do, but the technology wasn't there yet or something. I don't know. I know our in-studio producer had told us, or at least me the other day, that this obviously this revolves around water, right? It's literally called The Way of Water.
Yeah.
And I think he had told me that a lot of the scenes that are underwater were actually filmed underwater.
Okay.
And I think that's a really cool thing, and we'll see how it turns out when you add CGI.
That's interesting, yeah, because it's
underwater.
mixing CG and stuff too.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that works. One of the things that I said when I first watched it, I was like, what'd be really cool is if, you know how in the first movie, everything, like their braid, the end of the braid has the connection.
Yeah, the life connection.
Right,
thing.
and that's how they connect while they're getting it on, but also like they connect to their horses and stuff, and their birds with it, right?
I know a lot of people will talk about like, oh, it's so weird that's how they have sex, but it's not.
It's
like
not
I just
weird.
want to put it out there, like they're aliens, and they're not having sex. They're not humans. They don't do that for that reason. That is literally like their connection with all of life. Yeah. So it's not the same thing. I know that we are understanding it that way, but it's not what it is.
This is aimed at one very specific person.
No, I mean there's all kinds of people that think about that, but it's not sex, all right?
But what I was trying to say is that I think it would be really cool if like they connect to an underwater animal with the braid, and then they're able to that's how they're able to breathe underwater.
Oh yeah,
I
guess
cool.
That would make sense because that's kind of how.
I mean, I don't know if they can breathe underwater, but if they did, and that was how they were able to breathe underwater, I think that would be pretty cool. It'd be a pretty cool way to do it. But yeah, obviously we would know nothing because this trailer, even though the trailer is amazing, the visuals look incredible. We're introduced to some new races and characters and stuff.
It's confusing to me though because there's so many shots of them with humans and like the group and stuff, and like it's cool. Like I really liked. There's a few shots of him walking around with, well, it's no longer an avatar now. It's
Yeah.
just him.
Yeah.
Jake Sully walking around with all his like
Gear
he has
and
like a
stuff.
uniform and gear
Yeah.
and stuff, which is when he had before, but now he's he's his own man.
Right.
So but it looks cool with him walking around, and then I just
Dude.
don't understand because of everything that happened in the first movie, I would think like
Yeah,
most
you
of the
wouldn't
military wouldn't work with them anymore.
Right. I don't know. There's even those shots of them walking with another human that's in a exosuit, a different type of exosuit.
Yeah, more
right?
of a civilian
Yeah.
styled one.
But they're building something there, and I don't know if that's supposed to be back on Earth or if it's there at Avatar, or Pandora. I don't know. But there's also they introduce a green colored species, I guess, or maybe a different race, like how we have African American and white. But they introduced that, which I think is going to be cool. But there's also, I saw it when they're running along the trees in the sky, and I also saw it in a couple other sessions. It looks like there's like a hybrid, like a human and avatar hybrid.
I never noticed.
Because he's bigger than a human. He's bigger than a human, but he's not as big as an avatar. He has dreads and he has longer limbs and he looks a little lanky, but he also has to wear the face thing.
Oh, so you're
in
talking
order
about the
to
sun.
breathe. I think it's the sun. I think so. But
Like at the very end, like if it's the same character, it's
Yeah.
his son that he's like holding.
so
at the
it's
end.
got to be a hybrid then, because it doesn't. He's too big to be a human. He'd be a really big.
That doesn't
human.
make sense though.
I mean, maybe it's because I don't know. Life will find a way.
Because, yeah, I guess if you want to do that, but like he wasn't a human when
Right.
he was like
if
with
they got
whatever
along.
her Neytiri, I don't know,
Neytiri, I think.
something like that.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait till the movie to get these questions answered. But I think this is another. I know I've talked about it in our other trailer reactions, but this actually makes me more excited when trailers raise more questions than they give answers, right? So
Yeah, which is very fair for this.
yeah,
one.
it's very and it's rare. A lot of times trailers give you too much of the movie, too much of what to expect, and then you already know. But this one, it's like, okay, I have a lot of questions, and I just hope
you're just let down like Doctor
Yeah.
Strange.
so. I just hope they keep adding more questions. Don't give us any of the story. Let me watch this movie in December and be just completely blown away. So yeah, that's all I got to say. You got anything else?
No, yeah, I'm just excited for the movie. This was a cool shot at the end of riding this like water dragon thing.
That looks sick, dude. It's like a barracuda with wings.
On top of that too, like he's got like a super cool looking Viking tomahawk on his
I
back.
didn't even see that.
And then his rifle, I don't think this was in the first one. It's like new looking weapons.
Dude, yeah.
But it's
the
got, like,
visuals, man. The visuals are just incredible in this movie.
I low key, there's a shot when they're all like sitting around the water. It looks like almost like surfboards.
Yeah,
It'd be
yeah.
funny if you do like
They
a
just start
Hawaiian roller
surfing.
coaster ride.
You mean this shot?
Yeah.
Is that Natalia? Is she pregnant, or that's somebody else?
No, I think
that's
somebody else.
Oh yeah, that's not even Jake. So
Yeah, that's a different like
this
chief.
must be the water people. I don't know. I'm excited. We'll definitely be doing an episode on this in December, and if they come out with any other trailers, we'll react to those as well. Let us know what you guys thought of the trailer. Are you as excited as we are, or do you fall under that category of people that Taylor was talking about earlier that went and watched the first one but don't like it for some reason? And if you don't like it, let us know why, because genuinely curious to know why people wouldn't like the first one. We appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for checking this out. Check out our other videos. We got trying to get as much content out as we can. Let us know what you guys like. If you have any suggestions on what we can review or something that you'd like to see what our take is on, then let us know down in the comments. Please like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Bye, guys.